way that the other three followed in subdued silence. What had the doctor guessed, they wondered? He didn't seem to have given any thought to the creature on the scanner, yet now he was speaking with the quiet confidence they knew so well. None of them liked to question him further, and it was an apprehensive trio that followed him towards a patch of rocks and trees. Medoc saw the strangers coming. He had no option. They would soon be on top of him. He had to make a break for it. "Look out, Jamie!" Polly shouted. She was too late. A man had leapt from the rocks beside them and grappled with Jamie, struggling to snatch the wooden club from him. "Hang on!" shouted Ben. "I'll drag him off!" They pinned the man to the ground. "Gently, gently," coaxed the doctor. "I'm sure he didn't mean to hurt you." For once the doctor was clearly wrong, and the prisoner lashed out, kicking and struggling to his feet again. He would have broken away, but for a flying tackle by Ben. They went down in a heap, with Ben on top. Jamie's stick went flying, landing at the feet of 3 total strangers who emerged, panting, from the woods. They looked with amazement at Medoc on the ground, pinned there by Ben and Jamie. It was Ola who got his breath back first. He saluted the doctor. "I don't know who you are," he said, "but you've done us a great service and we're very grateful." Medoc made a last desperate effort to free himself. Ola signalled to the 2 guards. "Help the strangers," he said. They soon had Medoc's arms tied behind his back. Ola continued. He was a man of some pompous dignity, and for a moment it seemed to the doctor that he was giving a lecture, or perhaps repeating some message he'd been taught. "You must understand," said Ola. "We have very few patients in our hospitals in the colony. That is, none, with the exception of this poor fellow, Medoc. We are doing all we can for him, but he is more dangerous every day. Suffers from delusions, I'm afraid." He frowned and took a sharp look at the doctor and his friends. "I don't think we have had any information that there were to be strangers in our district today." "Very likely," said the doctor. "Indeed, probably not." He'd squatted down on the ground and was now scarcely paying any attention to Ola, but appeared to be examining the soil in preoccupied fashion, scraping together a little of the earth and running it through his fingers. A couple of other security guards came hurrying through the wood. Ola called to them. He was scribbling a note on a pocketbook. "Here," he gave the note to the guards. "Hurry back to the colony. Give this to the pilot. He must know at once what has happened." The guards went off at a trot. "The pilot?" questioned Ben. Wasn't that a word the doctor had used before? Ola nodded. "The pilot of our colony. No doubt he will wish to thank you in person." He examined the cord binding Medoc. "Tighter," he ordered. "You don't want him racing off again." Jamie stood by the doctor as he crouched on the ground. "Any point asking?" "Asking where we are," grinned the doctor. Jamie nodded. "Well, by my calculations," said the doctor, "we're certainly in the future, most certainly in your future, and we're on a planet very like the Earth." "How do you know?" Jamie was always sceptical. The doctor winked up at him, still running the soil through his hands. "I don't know," he said, "but I rather like to guess." He smelt the dust in his palm. He said, thoughtfully. "My name is Ola." The man stood before them and gave a brief bow. "I am Chief of Police." "That sounds very important," said Polly. "It is," said Ola. "The responsibility is considerable. We carry out instructions from our control centre. That is our main function, and it works well." He waved his hand airily as he moved off. "You will see. Please follow me." As the doctor passed, they were still tying Medoc up. The doctor leant forward confidentially. "Ah, not too tight," he said softly. "So bad for the blood pressure." He smiled cheerfully and trotted after the others. They recognized the entrance to the colony from the pictures they'd already seen on the TARDIS scanner. The gates were open in welcoming fashion, and a crowd waited to cheer them. As they arrived,